Man, new season. I cannot believe it. It's time. Wow, this summer was incredible for me because I ended up getting married and I also went to honeymoon to Bali for the first time. I also came back to United States, filmed a video about San Diego FC, the new launching team in MLS in 2025, and excitement around my city, new soccer club, finally first time in San Diego to be in MLS. Woo, that's incredible. A lot of things has happened this summer, but the summer is approaching to the end and the new soccer season is starting. Hi Soccerlanders, welcome back to the channel, and we are here to discuss the launch of 5 top European leagues. And let's jump at it right away. So we have English Premier League first, and I'm wearing Chelsea because while I'm a Barcelona fan, that's my number one club, and that's why you have Barcelona and Real Madrid back there, and that's the most important rivalry to me when it comes to the soccer. But second club of mine is Chelsea, who is in London, who is in England, and man, I'm while I I wanted to say excited, I need to choose my words carefully because if you guys don't know, Chelsea was a top club, and I will have a video actually coming up about Chelsea, about Barcelona, in depth. My why I love those teams and my experience as a fan throughout more than a decade actually with both Barcelona and Chelsea. But Chelsea used to be a top club, and now it's pretty much not, and it's sort of destroying itself because of new owners, and we'll get into it later on this channel. But at least the jersey is nice, right? And at least we have actually one man right here, Cole Palmer, who is a bright future of Chelsea and the top goal scorer of Premier League in this upcoming season, 2025. In the end of 2025, in the end of April, in the end of May actually of 2025, you will see that after 38 matches, this man, Cole Palmer, will have the most goals and assists in Premier League. But while I'm joking, honestly, of course, I wouldn't mind that, right? And but it's unlikely, unfortunately, because while Cole Palmer is a really bright talent, he was sensational actually last season for Chelsea. One of the few brightest, events, I would say, of Chelsea FC, who had lackluster season last season. But it slowly started to pick up in March, with Mauricio Pochettino. Like last 2-3 months, they actually played really good football, and I respect Pochettino and I like Pochettino as a manager, to be honest. And back then when he was at Tottenham, I really wanted him to come to Chelsea, and then better late than never. He kind of came late, after the new regime, and it wasn't the same after all the selling people left and right, and then bringing another incredible amount of new people for no reason. And man, that was a messy situation, and it's still a messy situation because they still keep doing it. And but at least Palmer, at least they seem to know that Palmer is a diamond in the squad, and they actually prolonged his contract for till the year of 2033, I believe. So man, another 9 years. Cole Palmer loved the dedication, though. He signed that contract. We'll see how it goes in the future. But man, I really want to be excited for this season. I hope that the impossible will happen. But honestly, when we were watching the summer window of Chelsea Football Club last season, in 2023-2024, when that season was starting, we knew that Chelsea probably will end up at the 6th position, being 6th in the table, because, new players, whole team is new coach, and probably it's not going to be a success right away. They need time to, mesh and, get adapted to Premier League. These players have not played in Premier League pretty much, like most of them, and so, and that happened, like, and the Chelsea got 6, and which was not incredible, which is not a bad season, to be honest. It could have been much worse, because it was started as a very worse season, but yeah, it picked up. But instead of keeping Pochettino, they decided to fire my man, and so now we have Enzo Maresca, who now again, like, it's again like a rebuild process, again from the scratch. You are starting like a new project, and I just this makes me mad, but I hope, again, very with like blind, romantic even hopes. I hope that Chelsea will do good this season, and by good, well, at least to be in top 6, but the best would be the top 4 position if possible, but it's unlikely. Again, I'm focusing on Chelsea a lot. Let's move on to the big thing, though, in EPL, which is who's going to be the champion, right? And will Manchester City be dethroned this season? And I have a feeling that they might. I had a feeling last season as well that they might be dethroned, and it didn't happen, because I really thought Arsenal will do it last year, and they didn't, unfortunately. But this season, man, like the third time is a charm. I feel like if Arsenal, like when it comes to their squad, they're not losing players and they are gaining new players, and so I hope they will have that competitive edge this time over Manchester City. And Manchester City are not getting better, it seems like. Yes, they still have Pep Guardiola, which is incredible, but when it comes to making the squad even stronger, they're not doing it. They're losing players. They're losing an important player each season. Like last season was gundogan, this season was Julian Alvarez. Yes, Alvarez is not like the key player or anything like that, but it's still like pretty good talent in this squad, and they're losing him without buying new person. At least I don't know about that person yet, and so it will be interesting. It will be an interesting season, and I hope I will be supporting Arsenal this year, and I hope they will finally do it, because it's so boring when Manchester City keep winning in the English Premier League. I don't remember the exact numbers, but either 6 out of 8 seasons, last 8 seasons, 6 of them Manchester City won, like something around that number. And so, the monotony, we just want new thing, and I think Arsenal is at the point where they should break through this and finally become champions. What was it, like 2005 was last? No, 2004. So around that time, Arsenal won the last one. So almost 20 years, guys. Incredible. They need to do it. Relegation, again, we have new teams, right? From Championship, Leicester came back, which is nice, and we'll see. More or less, again, people who followed English Premier League, they know these teams already, right? Who came back from relegation, but for the first time, who are here, I'm assuming like this channel is actually for the newcomers, and so it's gonna be incredible to like learn new teams for you, right? In England, we're starting with England is because it's the most fun league to watch in Europe, to be honest, in the whole world when it comes to the soccer, European football. And so yeah, like I dare you actually pick up a team to support this year, and whether it's going to be Arsenal, if you like the strongest team, and you like an easy life, just go ahead and pick Manchester City. But again, because you haven't seen the previous success, so for you it's like fresh, right? So it still could work for you, and you will be you will probably be very still invested in Manchester City because of that. Plus the fact that it's not a bad team by any means. They're a pretty good team. It's just when one team keeps winning and winning, you want something different. And so it will be interesting to watch if you want to pick Manchester City, because the last 2 seasons it was incredibly tight race to become champions. They still managed it, but will they manage it this time? So that's going to be interesting to watch. And Arsenal's main contender. Of course, we have Liverpool, but Liverpool with a new coach, things, who knows? And their transfers are not very best. I don't know what's going on, so we'll see. And we also have Manchester United, but again, how it's gonna be, we'll see. But I like the transfers so far. A couple players from Bayern Munich, which is nice, and we'll see how it goes. And so that's pretty much. Oh, and we also, of course, we have Tottenham, who nobody cares about. but they're pretty good. They're pretty good, B+ team. You also have Aston Villa, right? Dark horses, Aston Villa, also a team that I really like. Actually, might be another video on the channel coming up about Aston Villa. And I'm talking about these things, and I'm very excited to finally get into pretty much first Soccerland season where we will be together watching these games and having fun. And I will try to cover as much as possible when it comes to these leagues and then other stuff. I have ideas that I want to talk about on this channel. Again, start with the introduction of my favorite teams like Chelsea and Barcelona and Aston Villa, and those are my main three. Pretty much Arsenal could be the fourth, but Barcelona and Chelsea very strong. Aston Villa very since 2009 actually. So, and Arsenal also so these are the four teams that I like the most. But coming back to the story of EPL, which is almost over, and we're gonna go to Spanish La Liga. Man, I'm excited. It's 20 big clubs, they're all strong. Of course, some of them are stronger than the others. Of course, some of them will have problems. Probably all of them will have problems, but it's about starting point. For example, Manchester City has a strong starting point compared to, I don't know, Leicester City, for example, right, or Everton. But it will be fun. It will be fun to watch it because anybody can win anyone in EPL. Miraculous win can happen, and it's always fun. That's why. So definitely recommend you to watch EPL. We have also Newcastle, by the way, who are supposedly very rich. Saudi Arabian king is the owner. So we'll see. We'll see where it leads us. But completely forgot about the match day. Actually, let's see what date is this games are starting. And actually, I forgot to tell that almost every league except German Bundesliga is starting this weekend. And so, for example, the match Manchester United versus Fulham is going to be tomorrow. Well, I'm recording on Thursday, but it's going to be on Friday. So you might already know the result by the time the video comes out, or you might time you watch it. But the game that's going to kickstart the whole season is Manchester United versus Fulham, which I used to hate Manchester United, to be honest. When Sir Alex Ferguson was a coach, manager, and Cristiano Ronaldo was there, I used to hate Manchester United. When Ronaldo left, I still hated them till 2014. And then, after their success has gone to, I want to swear, but to some place, I actually started to feel a bit pity for them. And it's been, more than 10 years, and they still have not picked up. And they didn't come back to their glory days. They're still living with that glory past, but that glory past has been 10, 11 years ago. And so, and my friend is a Manchester United fan, so I feel pity for him, you know, and I actually want this team finally to do good. So Manchester United we have, and then we have Arsenal versus Wolves. And then we have Newcastle versus Southampton, West Ham versus Aston Villa, pretty good match. We have Chelsea versus Manchester City. Woo! Oh my God, Chelsea versus Manchester City in the first. Oh man, opening game. Oh man, Maresca, who is a new coach of Chelsea, wannabe Guardiola versus the actual Guardiola, like two ball managers at the same time. Chelsea versus Manchester City. Oh man, that's definitely a match of the weekend, and that's a must watch. I'm going to be watching that match for sure. But the reason why we're actually talking about the match day is because to discover what games are happening this weekend and what to watch. And so Chelsea versus Manchester City you can watch on Peacock. That's a streaming service in America, and if you're not watching this from America, you know, see Google where you can actually the channels that you can watch, you know, in your local region. But for the United States, it's Peacock. Chelsea versus Manchester City, must watch. 8:30 a.m. Pacific time, 11:30 a.m. Eastern time. Don't miss it. So now we have Ipswich Town versus Liverpool, and that's most of these matches are happening on Saturday, August 17th. But Chelsea versus Man City is happening on Sunday. Brentford versus Crystal Palace happening on Sunday. Everton versus Brighton. Nottingham Forest versus Bournemouth on Saturday. And finally we have on Monday match Leicester versus Tottenham, which is also pretty intriguing match. So yes guys, we have pretty exciting English Premier League coming up. Okay, the attention span of people right now is not the best, and so the videos should be shorter. I promised that to myself, and I just checked the timer. It's like already 18 minutes of EPL. Oh my God. All right, let's keep it going. Serie A. Nope. La Liga first, because we have Barcelona versus Real Madrid, Spanish league, and what we want to do this season as a Barcelona fan, I want to destroy Real Madrid for once and for all. Can we finally do that? Oh my God. Can we finally destroy Real Madrid? Or Real Madrid will still be the dominant force as they are. They're not even a force. They're like slight, most logical, most knowledgeable, and most experienced, wise team that, like, they don't even have to try so much. They're just, and no matter what happens, they keep calm. Everything's fine, under control. And so how can we make them lose their temper? Like, that's my I really desire to see how, like, they will be frustrated when they will be like losing 4-0. Like, is this gonna happen? Like, can I see that? It's been some time since Barcelona managed to do that with Real Madrid, and so I really want Barcelona to win the league. And like, can I see that? It's been some time since Barcelona managed to do that with Real Madrid, and so I really want Barcelona to win the league, and the best competition in Europe and the whole world when it comes to soccer competitions. And as a Barcelona fan, I can only hope. I don't know, I cannot predict the future. For now, again, it seems like Real Madrid will keep winning, and like they're still got it, and nobody, the structure that they created for themselves is not getting lost. And with the inclusion of Kylian Mbappe, and Kylian Mbappe is a person who even people who don't really watch soccer might heard of, and with that incredible striker, they have it all to win it all again. It's just, which is frustrating to say, but Barcelona have a new coach, and we have a German coach, which did not happen did it even ever happen? I don't know if we ever had a German coach, to be honest with you. Cannot remember history right now of 125 years of FC Barcelona's existence, but needless to say, in 21st century we did not have, for sure. What does German coach mean? What I'm trying to say is that Barcelona has a certain style of football called tiki-taka. Now, it was not really as prominent. Barcelona was not really like doing tiki-taka anymore. It's been like a while. Actually, it's been a while since Barcelona was not focused on tiki-taka. But we have a certain style that we want to follow, that we want to be known for. We want to have a style, or we did have a style which people knew us for. But now we have a German coach who has a completely different style, but at the same time, it could all mesh well together, and that is the hope for the Barcelona team, who sacked their previous coach, a legend, I might add, legendary player of FC Barcelona, who became coach, and he was the coach for 3 seasons, Xavi Hernandez. All respect to Xavi, but the president decided it's the right time to make a change and hopefully go all in to hopefully dethrone Real Madrid and hopefully make Barcelona even better with this new coach. And let's see what happens. I'm hopeful, I'm excited, I'm at least curious to what it will lead to. Will we see different kind of Barcelona, and we at least have some excitement after UEFA Euro 2024 European Championship just passed by, and I don't know if you heard about it, but usually this World Cup and European Championship in football among countries are a pretty big deal, and they usually happen in summer, and so Spain won that tournament, UEFA Euro 2024, and we have 6 players from FC Barcelona from that team who became European champions. And so with that excitement and seeing that they're actually capable of playing really good football when they have a right manager, right, and when when there's good guidance and different circumstances, they can actually be very promising young talent, and we knew that, but we didn't see that like in full fruition yet at FC Barcelona, and them being able to go there and shine. .us website, if you Google it, and one of the most expensive players in the world, Lamine Yamal, right now, one of the most exciting, if not the most exciting prospect in the whole entire football world. And we have him in FC Barcelona. We want to make sure that he has no injuries. We want to make sure that he still plays well and possibly follows the steps of Lionel Messi. And again, I don't want to bring in Lionel Messi anymore to this conversation. He's not in the club anymore, but yes, so the hopes are there for FC Barcelona. We have something to be excited about. New coach, players that just became European champions. We'll see where it leads to, though, for this European campaign that we're about to have, which is being in Champions League. New system, by the way, new system of Champions League for the first time since 1992. Last time the changes happened to the format was in 1992. Now they changed the format again, so I'm excited with how it's going to look like, and so maybe Real Madrid will end up not winning already finally in the Champions League because their like old formula will be gone, thrown out to the window. But we'll see. But yeah, so there's a little bit of excitement for sure. But at least, definitely, at least it's gonna be um, we're gonna be curious what's gonna happen, right? So there's that. So if you want to root for Barcelona, welcome to the team for sure. If you want to root for Real Madrid, again, Real Madrid is kind of like Manchester City in this situation where actually Manchester City is like Real Madrid because Real Madrid is the best of the best in the entire football, in the entire history of football. Real Madrid is the best team. And so, again, everybody wants to be sided with the best, but everybody has roller coaster moments. Real Madrid also after, big success, let's say from 2016 to 2018, where they won 3 Champions League trophies in a row. After that, there was still a slight bump when things went downhill. But now they're back again. But damn it, their roller coaster is like when they go down, it's much more shorter when comparing to other clubs, including Barcelona. But we've been on a decline. Now we're picking up. We're kind of coming back again, but not stronger than Real Madrid right now. So we'll see where it goes this season. Will that be the season where we even up? So that's the most intriguing thing about La Liga. I know there's like 20 teams, but come on, the conversation is always about Barcelona or Real Madrid. The most famous clubs. Atletico Madrid, though, I'm intrigued. I'm interested to see what they're gonna do because Atletico Madrid was kind of just there for the last few seasons. They used to be stronger in 2010s, and they used to be like in final of Champions League, and they actually became champions of La Liga for once. Finally, like 2 times actually, they became champions. Somebody other than Real Madrid and Barcelona. Oh my God! Wow, it's shocker. And so they're doing something this season, this summer. They purchased again Julian Alvarez, like I said, and there's other players from EPL. I wanted to say Gallagher from Chelsea, but it seems like it's not gonna go down like that anymore. But there are new players, exciting players for Atletico Madrid. So they are always known to be third best team in Spanish La Liga, but now it seems like they also are from Madrid, like Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, and so they want to, I guess, finally close the gap between the superiority of Real Madrid and them, and whoever is against Real Madrid is our ally, So yeah, of course. But I have all the respect for Real Madrid. I already said that in my previous videos, actually. But yeah, they gotta stop winning everything. But Real Madrid is still exciting to watch because they have all the talent: Bellingham, Mbappe, Vinicius Junior. Valverde, Rodrigo, people like that. Whoa, a lot of cool names, a lot of cool players. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be an interesting season. I cannot wait for the season. I just don't want to be disappointed again, which been happening to me a lot in world football. I hope there is a change happening. Maybe Arsenal will finally step up to Manchester City. Maybe Barcelona will regain their top club status and be better than Real Madrid. We'll see about that. So yeah. So now let's just see who Real Madrid is playing against this weekend and who is Barcelona playing against this weekend and Atletico Madrid. So we have on Friday actually 2 matches. You can jump on I know we have not talked about those teams, but if you want to jump into Spanish action, there's already games happening on Friday. Celta Vigo versus Alaves, and then Las Palmas versus Sevilla. So these are the teams that are playing on Friday, and then we also have Saturday where Barcelona will be playing against Valencia. Osasuna versus Leganes, Real Sociedad versus Rayo Vallecano on Sunday now, and then we also have Valladolid versus Espanyol, Villarreal versus Atletico Madrid, and Mallorca versus Real Madrid as well. So yeah, easy matches, I would say, for both Barca and Real Madrid. Valencia used to be good, but I don't think Valencia is strong anymore, and so I think Barcelona, who lost 3-0 to Monaco last match they played. Oh no. But if they are serious about this match, I think they should be getting it. I hope so. At least give us a one goal in advance win. Maybe they will win 1-0 or 2-1, but they should be winning, please. In Real Madrid versus Mallorca, I think Real Madrid is going to win as well. So that's La Liga, and then we have Serie A, that's Italy. The champion last year was Inter, last season I mean. Here in Serie A, it's a little bit more. There's more unpredictability. It doesn't have to be again Inter. They're not that strong. They were incredibly strong last season compared to others. But who knows what was going to happen this season? But I would say it's still main favorites is Inter, but Juventus, who used to be the best club in Italy, are kind of making moves to come back and actually be strong. We'll see if they're gonna do it. Though Milan is they're working with what they have, not really having that much money to buy new players, but they're buying also kind of some interesting but also weird transfers. But we'll see where it leads us to. And we also have Napoli, right? And so we still have Fiorentina, who is not championship material, but also can do some good things. And then we have Lazio, we have Roma, Atalanta. So we have 7 pretty cool Italian teams who can do good. But we'll see where it leads. I'm honestly not sure. When it comes to Italy, I mean, I like Inter, I like Milan, I like Juventus. I'm not a die-hard fan of any of them, but I like these teams. They're pretty cool. Let's see who Inter is going to be playing with and what's the match day. So we have on Saturday Inter versus Genoa. That's literally first match of the 2 first matches. That's kickstarting the whole tournament, which is Genoa versus Inter at 9:30 a.m. Pacific time, 12:30 p.m. Eastern time in America. We have Parma versus Fiorentina. By the way, La Liga, I missed it. La Liga you can watch on ESPN Plus, and then Serie A you can watch on Paramount Plus. And then you have also Milan versus Torino. On August 17th, you have Empoli versus Monza, Verona versus Napoli, Bologna versus Udinese, Cagliari versus Roma, Lazio versus Venezia, Lazio versus Venezia, or I don't know how to say it in an American way, but Venezia, I will say Lazio versus Venezia. It's a pretty intriguing match for me because Venezia, they're very rarely in Serie A, but they have really cool jerseys. I don't know if it's the same, still the deal this season, but they used to have little really cool jerseys. So yeah, they are really stylish. And the fact that they are from Venezia, the city with the gondolas, and the fact that they have to travel on the water, like with the small gondolas, like mini boats. Throughout the city. It's really nice. I've never been there. I've been to Italy. I've been to Spain. I've been to England actually too. But I have not been in Venezia. I have been in Rome and Milan when it comes to Italy. But yes, so we have Lecce versus Atalanta, and we have Juventus versus Como. Como is a new team. First time ever, I think, appearing on Serie A, at least since I started watching football, and I started watching football since 2008. so it's been a while. And then my prediction when it comes to like the big, drama for this season, again, who's gonna be here actually? What's interesting is that Serie A and Bundesliga, we're going to be talking about Bundesliga later, but Serie A and Bundesliga got their fifth place. Their fifth place can also qualify to Champions League now, and I wish it was La Liga and English Premier League, to be honest. I like those leagues more than Serie A and Bundesliga. It's just they're closer to me, to my heart. But Serie A, of course, yeah. I mean, yeah, I would say, like, I would argue that Serie A and Bundesliga also, it's kind of cool that they have the fifth team, but English Premier League not having fifth team in Champions League is a really real bummer, because English Premier League has so many great teams that, but the spots are only four, but there's like 7 or 8 great English teams that can make it far in Champions League, but unfortunately, at least some of them will not gonna make it. But yeah, so who is gonna be the top 5 of Serie A, right? That's the main intrigue, and who's gonna become the champion, and who's gonna be relegated to the Serie B, right? The last 3 teams, and that's the intrigue for all 5 of these leagues. Who's going to be at the bottom of this table? Who's going to be saying goodbye to the top league football in their country? So we have French Premier League. That's Ligue 1, it's called, and again, also. Matches going to be happening this weekend, and even this Friday, actually. PSG, the main team in France, Paris, capital of France, and it's kind of logical that they have the main team is in capital, is in Paris. Paris, the most famous city of France. Logical. It used to not be like that, actually, which is interesting, but now it is because of Arabic money. But we have PSG, we have Marseille, we have Lille, we have who else? Lyon, teams like that who are Monaco as well, who historically are, they're considered to be good, but there are times when some interesting other teams emerged to French Ligue 1. For example, last season, while also it was Paris Saint-Germain yet again, another dominant force in the league, like City, like Real Madrid, right? Also dominant is Paris Saint-Germain in this case in France, winning most of the titles in the last decade, probably like either 8 out of 10 or 9 out of 10 it was theirs. So we'll see what's gonna be like this season. Seems like Paris Saint-Germain is gonna be champion again. I mean, when it comes to Bundesliga and Liga on, it's like quite obvious usually. But Bundesliga broke that rule, and we will get to it later. But the Ligue 1 still didn't. So PSG still the champion, and it seems like still going to be champion this season. But who knows what can happen. We had, when it comes to the interesting emerging teams, we had Brest, like a breast, but Brest is a team who actually ended up being in the top 3 of French football, and that made them to be in the upcoming Champions League tournament. So it's going to be interesting how Brest is going to be performing. I'm not really sure what happened in the summer. Did they purchase new players? Like, did they become stronger, right, to justify their Champions League spot, or to stay competitive you need to buy new players, or make sure that you have everything to succeed. If you had, for example, a successful coach that led you to this position, definitely keep him, right? Don't fire him. Make sure that he doesn't leave your team for whatever reason. And so I don't know if they was able to handle that well, but we'll see. Yeah, we have also Nice, who finished fifth last season. In Lille, we have fourth, and Monaco, we have second. Last season, that's what we had. This season, we'll see. But PSG, Monaco, I like Monaco. Lille is kind of cool, but PSG is too strong. And if you have seen my previous videos, I used to like PSG. I hate PSG now, but yeah, that's another story. And finally we have Bundesliga to prepare for. It's a hype video. It's coming to an end with the Bundesliga, and the reason why I picked Bundesliga is last because Bundesliga is not starting this weekend. But I still decided to include them. Bundesliga is starting next weekend on August 23rd. On Friday is the first match. The champions of Germany, Bayer Leverkusen, will be playing versus Borussia Mönchengladbach. It's a pretty intriguing match actually because Mönchengladbach is a pretty strong team, and Leverkusen is one of the best teams in Europe, at least last season. So it will be extremely intriguing to see what they're going to do in Champions League this season. Will they go far? And them being able to keep their main manager, Xabi Alonso, who led them to the success, becoming first time ever Bundesliga champions. And then also, I think they kept most of the players that led Leverkusen to success. So the team has stayed, as far as I know. So will be interesting to see if they will still be able to perform that well like last season. So yeah, we have also Bayern Munich. Of course, we have Bayern Munich, who is that another force like PSG, like Manchester City, like Real Madrid, where they're dominant in the league. Usually, Bayern Munich, again, like last 11 times of last 11 seasons, probably they took 10 of them. And last season actually, not the curse, but like the pattern was broken, where Bayer Leverkusen all of a sudden became champions of Europe and of Germany. And Bayern Munich, I don't know actually if they will be able to win it this time, because Bayern Munich used to be this top club machine, which pretty much never make big mistakes. But now, for the last 3-4 years, after slight change of, not even slight actually, after change of personnel, are doing some like bad mistakes and literally harming the club. And it's not the Bayern Munich that we used to know of. And Bayern Munich, yeah, I mean, on paper they're still one of the best teams in Europe, but damn it, like I'm curious if they're actually gonna win Bundesliga this season. And it's so interesting. Like usually you would say, just like with PSG in the beginning of the season, oh, Bayern Munich is gonna win for sure. Like that's not even up to debate. But with Leverkusen's presence now, with such a strong presence, I don't know if they will be seriously competing against Leverkusen this season. And we'll see. Maybe Leverkusen back to back, like that. The main intrigue of this season is Leverkusen gonna make it back to back. Are they gonna become champions again, or will Bayern Munich actually be able to reclaim their top spot? And also we have Borussia Dortmund, who literally became Champions League finalists this past season, a couple of months ago. They played against Real Madrid, that's why they lost, but still, I mean, final of Champions League. So, we have three pretty impressive big teams, and I wonder what's going to happen this season. We have also Stuttgart, who also became strong last season, who will be playing Champions League. And then, yeah, man, like, so Oh, Leipzig, of course, we have, and we have um, well, Eintracht and Wolfsburg. So we have pretty good teams. The Bundesliga league is pretty balanced, so it's gonna be very interesting to follow this league as well. Um, I honestly want Bayern Munich to win this season just for Hurricane. Please let that man win a trophy, pretty big trophy finally. Please, he's one of the best strikers. Man, like for a decade now, he's one of the best strikers, and he still won nothing. So I want for that man some success. Please, Bayern Munich. Again, it's gonna be boring, at least, you know, but at least for Kane, please let it happen. So, yeah, so that's my predictions. And who else is playing in Bundesliga on August 24th? On Saturday, we have Leipzig versus Bochum, Mainz versus Union Berlin, Hoffenheim versus Holstein Kiel, that's a new team, Freiburg versus Stuttgart, Augsburg versus Werder, Dortmund versus Eintracht, and then on Sunday we have Bayern Munich starting their campaign versus Wolfsburg. And then Wolfsburg, actually, that's a city where they make Volkswagen. The whole city actually is literally working for Volkswagen factory. And then we have St. Pauli versus Heidenheim. That's on Sunday as well. You can watch Bundesliga matches on ESPN Plus, and you can catch up with France. So you can catch up with French League watching Sling, but French League is the least interesting. Let's end it here. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you made it this far, please comment excitement. I love you guys, and I cannot wait for this season to start, and we're going to be discussing all of these matches and then upcoming matches, and we'll be following the tournaments together. And I also am excited for different type of videos that I'll be doing, more intimate type of videos where I will be telling, like I said, about my favorite clubs, and then like the history of football, past legendary players, past legendary matches. So it's gonna be exciting, and for those of you who are just starting to follow soccer, please welcome on board. And yeah, man, let's watch it. Let's watch it. All right. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next ones. Hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, please don't forget. I'll see you in the next ones. Bye-bye.